So, account consolidation is where we're actually consolidating one or two firms together. And you're like, well, why would I do that? Let me take the time to actually explain it to you now. So, let's say you've got you just started your firm or you started it a few months ago, and one of the bookkeepers or accountants had a firm file and they've got a few clients in there. But then another one of the bookkeepers or accountants in your firm had a firm file and they've got a few clients in there. So your processes are fragmented, your clients are in two different firms. There's not a good workflow, and your team are in two different firms, right? So you might want to merge those firms together or consolidate those firms together. So that's one example of why you would use this tool or this feature. Another example is for the bigger firms out there, there used to be a max cap on how many clients you could have in your firm, and there still is, but the cap has gone up a lot significantly. And so you could consolidate all of your firms or your QBOA accounts or your IAS accounts into one account with this as well. If you're like me, a few months ago, I went from being a sole proprietor to a corporation, and I had been putting it off forever because I didn't know about this feature. And I thought that I would have to lose access to all of my clients to create a new firm for my corporation. And that is just simply not the case. This feature, the benefit and the bonus of it is that you can move all your clients to one firm and you don't lose access to all those clients. Oh my goodness, that is a huge show of emoji, a huge celebration in my mind. I was like, oh, I've been waiting this whole time because I was scared of having to do all this work, and it simply is untrue. You do not lose access using this account consolidation feature. So, reasons that it benefits you: all of your clients and team are in one place. Something you might not have thought about is the more clients you have in your firm, the more ProAdvisor points you get, which means the more benefits the firm has available through Intuit. And I'm going to give a little teaser here. There is some big changes coming up in the future, so you want to get all those points in that one firm as much as possible so that you can take advantage of all the cool things that are coming up. You're going to streamline your workflow, and there's no back and forth between multiple IAS accounts, which is fantastic. So let's go into product and actually look at that, and I will demo how to do a consolidation of accounts. All right, so the first thing is that you have to be the primary admin or the company admin for both firms. So if you're going to merge two firms together or move one firm to another account, you need to be the primary admin with the same email address, like the same username, in both firms. That's very important, okay? You're going to go up to your gear icon and you're going to click under the tools. There's this transfer clients. When you do that, it's going to say transfer clients to SSL Solutions. So this is the firm that I want to transfer all my clients to. So you have to be logged in to the firm where you want to move all the clients to. Okay. You're going to click Get Started. And then it's going to say select the realm, which means the firm or the account, with the clients you want to move. So I want to move my clients from Stephanie's firm to SSL Solutions. So I'm going to click on Stephanie's firm and I'm going to hit next to this. Now you'll see you can transfer 150 clients at a time. So if you have more than 150 clients to transfer, you simply just have to go through this process more than once is all. That's all it means. So you can go through this as many times as you want. One thing that I will tell you as a limitation is if you are using ProTax at all, you can't transition clients that you've used in ProTax to another firm. So if the other firm doesn't have clients you've used ProTax for, then I would transfer from that firm into the other firm, okay? And I know that's very confusing, but there's a lot of integrations in the background that make ProTax work. And so we just can't transition clients that use ProTax. So you're just going to want to make sure that you check that beforehand. But you would see here in this column if a client wasn't available to transfer. So you can see here all of my clients are currently available because I don't use ProTax for this test firm. But I would make sure to go through this list before you actually transition to see what clients you can and what clients you cannot transfer. So I'm just going to pretend that I want to transfer these two clients over. So I'm going to click those two clients, but again, I could choose all of my clients and I'm going to hit next. Now, team member access. This is a great feature because you don't want to have to go through after and re-give access to all of your team to the correct clients. You want it probably to stay the same as what it is now. If you want to change it, that's an option. But if you want it to stay the same, it says that there are team members linked to the clients being transferred. You can choose to give them the same client access as the source realm when these clients move to SSL Solutions. So yes, give them the same client access they had before, or no, do not give them access. They won't have access to these clients. Or don't create these users in SSL Solutions. This is a less common choice, but it's available to you there. So if I wanted to keep the same level of access for my team as I have now, then I would choose this one. Now, it'll also show you, you could say, see which team members are linked to the clients being transferred. I'm very creative when I create my names in my test files, just so you know. So like my staff members, Jane Doe, and my names for my different clients are usually like webinar on payroll or so that's why those names are there, okay? So I'm going to hit next to this. Now it's going to say, okay, your target realm is SSS Solutions. It is coming from Stephanie's firm, and the number of clients I'm transferring is 2. If that looks good to you, I'm going to hit Start Transfer, and it's going to say Transferring Clients, and you're just going to wait a hot minute, and it says your clients are being transferred to SSL Solutions. Refresh the client list in a bit to see the changes. Let your team members know to sign into SSL Solutions to access the transferred clients. So they will have access to that. When they log in, they will see now that they can choose between Stephanie's firm or SSL Solutions. We can click on View Transfer Status or Move More Clients if we wanted to move more clients. So you'll see there's a transfer reference number, the team members were added, how many clients I transferred. I'm going to go ahead and close that. And then I'm going to be able to go up here and see the 2 companies I transferred are not there. You have to refresh your screen. Okay. And sometimes, depending how many clients you're transferring and how much data is in each client, it could take a few hours. So don't be alarmed if when you go through that process, you don't see those clients there yet. They are there for me now because they're just test companies that I do demos in. So there's really nothing to transfer. So it took a minute or less. But if this is a very big client and there was a lot of data, it could take a bit of time. So don't freak out if you don't see it right there right away. It just might need some time, okay? So, but I will have access to all 4 of these clients in my new company now. My clients don't know any different. They didn't have to change any of the settings. They didn't have to re-invite me. It just seamlessly moved over, which is pretty awesome, I think.